actually happen? Has anybody actually come forward? Has an ICO come forward to the SEC, an alt currency, an altcoin come forward, a crypto exchange, and come forward and say, we want to register as a security? Has anybody done that?
So we're looking at this both on the security level. We're also looking at broker-dealer registration, and we're also looking at exchange registration for people who are trading these coins. In trading in markets, we're primarily dealing with broker-dealer registration and venue regulation. And I can tell you this, that there are a number of so-called exchanges out there that are trading ICOs that I would think that we would see more registrations as an ATS or as an exchange.
That sounds like a no. There isn't anybody coming
forward. I think that we are underwhelmed by the enthusiasm for coming within the regulatory structure right now.
That's an interesting answer. Let me just move forward. Walk us forward a couple of years from now, because the chairman made it clear he's not opposed to the development of this market. Suppose somebody was to come forward, an exchange, and say, we want to register as an exchange and we want to trade 15 coins, for example. There's no infrastructure that exists to do this right now that satisfies your needs. For example, how do you determine a price? How do you do clearing and determine things have been transferred? Under what system is it set up? You would have to essentially create an entire superstructure to allow that. Is that right?
Well, you know, I mean, look, there's some things that exist, right? So the registering as a broker-dealer, it's pretty clear what has to happen there. Registering as an exchange or as an alternative trading system, which is the exception to the exchange where somebody might have to do that, that is there, right? And there actually have been some folks who've come forth and started the process of putting in a form, what we call ATS form, so that they could conceivably be an ATS. Like I said, I think that we would like to see more of those. On the broker-dealer side, there are also some participants who have looked into broker-dealer registration issues as well for potentially acting as a broker-dealer for some of these securities. But that doesn't mean that the overall infrastructure is ready for.
Well, that's why you're the guy that's going to actually set up that kind of infrastructure, I presume. You're the head of trading and markets. Pricing, for example, you know, the pricing in these coins it goes all over the place right now. In the securities market, the stock market, there's the national best bid and offer, an NBBO. There's regulations for how the price and bid and ask happen. I presume that would have to be developed for coins as well. Am I correct?
I mean, when we look at fair markets, fair and efficient markets, you would like to think that you know what the best price is. So if you have a product where on this venue it's quoted here, and on that venue it's quoted there, and the prices are all over the map, then you have to ask, what is a fair price in that stock? Understanding the price also helps you to understand best execution. Customers want best execution when they're trading in things. If they don't know the prices, how do they know the best execution?
You seem to be saying that you do need to develop some kind of pricing mechanism that everyone can understand.
I think it's early days, and you know, we're looking at a marketplace that is evolving and still a largely unregulated space, and we're interested in encouraging the development into a more sound regulatory structure.
How concerned are you about?
So they do bring up some major issues that need to be solved, and I don't understand why the interviewer just didn't bring up supply and demand, because you're right, it's very hard to tie down any of these cryptos to a price, and I think that's the biggest challenge, because as you were listening to the interview, it seems like some of the stuff, it's just straightforward, you're just filling out paperwork, being transparent with the regulators. But for pricing, I understand that obviously with crypto, it's very hard to identify a price, but even with like oil or any other commodity, it's really just supply and demand. And that's why you can go some areas where a gas station will charge you more and another gas station will charge you less for gas. And it's technically the same stuff. It's just supply and demand. You know, how many other people are selling it and is it available or not? So I understand that it's very hard to set up a structure to quote unquote price these cryptocurrencies, but when it comes down to it, oil and precious metals, their prices can fluctuate. It just depends on who's buying and who's selling. So once again, I mean, is this like a loophole for ICOs, or is this just a way to kind of inhibit progress? Because I might be missing something. I don't know. So leave your comments on this. This is an interesting discussion, and as an investor in cryptocurrencies, I think it's really important that you pay attention to this stuff. And I'm more than willing to tell you, I mean, I have a MBA from the University of Southern California. I have my broker's license in real estate. I'm kind of lost here, so I'm going to reach out to the crowd, the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this, because I don't know. I mean, how do you price crypto? So leave your opinions and thoughts, and I will talk to you soon.